Hey guys, MD Prepper here. Another blade review. This time on the Sawmill Cutlery Large Hunter style blade. Had a subscriber on YouTube tonight asked me if I'd heard about these blades, and I said, as a matter of fact, I have. I posted a similar video a long time back, my earlier vids. Probably not the best vid in the world, so you might want to watch these instead. Sawmill Cutlery, a lower price style blade, made out of Pakistan. Again, not the worst thing in the world. Pakistan is cheap. It's effective for the most part. They do make some junky blades. This is not one of them, nor is the other one. The first one I did a review on, if you check back, was the Down Home Hunter. I got from Atlanta Cutlery for about 15 bucks. Saw them on Smoky Mountain Knife Works a while back, quite a while back, and decided I'd pick some up because they were low cost and just thought they were neat. This one is the Large Hunter. Runs you about 15 bucks, give or take. As you can tell, it's made from a file. If you want the camera focus there. File edge on the back there. Files, multi-purpose, very cheap, easy if you're a knife maker, from what I've heard, to get a hold of, grind them down, get them functional. This one here, again, about 15 bucks. It has a 5 3/4 inch cutting edge on it. It's about 10 inches overall, give or take, so I'd put this in my medium-sized blades for general purpose, for bushcraft and all of that. Diamond wood grips on it. It's decent. Looks pretty good for a cheap grip. Can't see any rivets or anything on it. It's of course full tang. See that there? Which obviously is nice and durable. Love that a lot. Best thing I like about these file blades for prepping, survival, just having around for use. Two purposes. Number one, you can use the file edge for easily striking a fire steel, something like that. Yeah, any good blade's going to be able to strike a fire steel. If you've got a fire steel striker, like I always keep on them, works just as well too. But just an extra added bonus. Now, what I think this thing would excel at, other than just its general durability, is the fact that you can use this file edge for prepping and maintaining your larger cutting tools. You could do a fairly decent job sharpening an axe, one of your shovels, blade edges, that type thing, for cutting or otherwise. Your cold steel, Spesnot style shovels, your Condor, Devil's Tail shovel, all that I've got. You can see my videos on. But you can maintain this just fine in the field in the long term with one of these. So that's real nice. Now, about this blade in particular, again, about 15 bucks, about the same price as Atlanta Cutlery's Down Home Hunter. I honestly have to say I like the Down Home Hunter a little bit better. Now, here's the Down Home Hunter. Let's take that sheath away for a second and compare these two. First of all, the Large Hunter, got your choil right there. Only the one choil on the blade itself up higher, which is fine for finer work and all of that. Nothing wrong with that. Like this one better, the Down Home Hunter. Your finger grooves are back on the blade, though your blade is closer with the grips on it. So I think this, in my opinion, beats this. Now, you may disagree, that's fine. They're both decent blades. Another minor complaint about the Large Hunter. The scales on the side are fairly flat. If you look at it, if you can see that there. If you look at the Down Home Hunter, they're more rounded. Much better for your hand. This feels a lot better in my hand for general purpose batoning, general purpose making feather sticks, etc. A little bit more thought was put into this one, in my opinion, than the Large Hunter. Blades, it's a little bit longer here on the Large Hunter. If you can see that, let's try to get those lined up there ever so slightly. Blades are a little bit different, a little more of a pronounced clip point here on that one. Decent overall, very thick blades. Let me show you the Large Hunter. Very thick, good for batoning, that sort of thing. Though I think just the way you grip this one, hold it closer, you can baton from basically the start there. This one, it's going to do the job. It's going to be fine, but not quite as good. Overall, though, same price point, etc. So whatever floats your boat. No lanyard hole, which I'm a fan of, so not a huge complaint, I guess, but would have been nice. Now, one thing that's better about this one than the Down Home Hunter is that the file edge is still on the back side here, if you can see that. So it's going to make striking a little bit easier for fire steel, that sort of thing. On the Down Home Hunter, it's polished on the back side, so that's okay. You're going to have to strike it here from the edge. Works just as well. Comes very sharp, not as sharp as a cold steel, but reasonably so for your general purpose. Easy to sharpen up. 15 bucks is hard to beat. Sheath, basic leather, not the highest grade leather by any means. It does have this little leather weave, I guess. Not a fan of that purpose, and a lot of reasons. I think that's going to weaken your sheath. One good thing about it, because of that, you're going to have a little hole here at the bottom for water drainage, that type thing. Not the best leather sheath I've ever seen, not the worst either. Got 2 rivets here. You can't see on the belt loop, but it's also got 2 rivets there. It's fairly durable, decent. It's going to last a while. Not nearly as good as my Condor tool and knife leather sheaths, which if you've seen my other previous vids, you know I'm a huge fan of. But this is serviceable. It's not the greatest. Now compared to the Down Home Hunter, Down Home Hunter seems to have a little bit better quality. I don't know if you can see that there in the vid. Probably cannot. This is not as shiny, not as supple of a leather as the Down Home Hunter. Same design generally, but a little different quality. Let me put the Down Home Hunter away. Overall, for 15 bucks, it's a good blade. It's not as good as a Mora for smaller tasks and all of that, but it is full tang. It's got the file options on it, which has a lot of different options, as we already talked about. Not a bad blade at all. Would recommend this definitely for a low cost $15 blade. Just depends on what you're wanting as far as the large hunter versus the Down Home Hunter. Again, probably for the Down Home Hunter overall, but if I didn't know better, I'd say this is just fine. Good knife. Would recommend picking one up, you know, on the cheap, just to play around with. As I said on one of the websites, nothing wrong with having a blade you can beat the hell out of. And you can beat this thing to death. For $15, you're not going to feel bad about it at all. Great blade. It's actually quite a pretty blade, I think. With the diamond wood and all that, very durable. So it's going to get the job done. Like I say, just thought I'd do a review on it. Not in my top of the line blades, but for the price, it's worth a try, especially if you're on a budget. You got to prep, make a decent, cheap bug out bag or survival kit, and don't have a whole lot of cash laying around. I could beat the heck out of this just as well as a Mora, especially for batoning and all that, and not feel bad about it for the price range and the full tang quality. So anyway, just my thoughts on that. Indie Prepper out. Thanks, guys.